చాలా వరకు ఇప్పుడు మనం సంస్కృతి సాంప్రదాయాల్ని భారతీయులే మర్చిపోతున్నటువంటి ఈ తరుణంలో నాకు ఒక ఇంపార్టెంట్ అయినటువంటి న్యూస్ మనకి సంబంధించినటువంటి సహోదరులు ఒకళ్ళు తెలియజేశారు. సో కొంతమంది ఫారినర్స్ అయితే ఇక్కడ పిఠాపురానికి సంబంధించినటువంటి పాదగాయ క్షేత్రం దగ్గరలో ఉన్నటువంటి శ్రీపాద శ్రీవల్లభ సంస్థానానికి దగ్గరికి వచ్చారు. ఒకసారి మీరు వాళ్ళని ఒకసారి చూడండి అని చెప్పేసి అన్నారు. సో వాళ్ళు చూసిన తర్వాత నేనైతే ఆశ్చర్యపోయాను. ఎందుకంటే ఎక్కడ కూడా వాళ్ళ శ్రీపాద వల్లభ స్వామి యొక్క నామాన్ని కానీ శ్రీరాముడి యొక్క నామాన్ని కానీ అసలు ఎక్కడ వదిలిపెట్టట్లేదు. మనకన్నా చాలా బాగా, మనకన్నా అంటే శాస్త్రయుక్తంగా ఆ హార్మోని కూడా నేర్చుకుని మరి వాళ్ళు చేస్తున్నటువంటి గానం చూసి నాకు చాలా ముచ్చటేసింది. సో అంటే అసలు ఇలా రావడానికి గల కారణం ఏంటి, ఇవన్నీ ఒకసారి వాళ్ళనే ఒకసారి అడిగి మనం తెలుసుకుందాం. నమస్తే.
Namaste,
welcome to India. Jai Guru Datta, Jai Guru Datta. Where do you come from, actually, especially?
I am from Poland.
Poland.
Poland in Europe, yes.
Poland in Europe.
Yes.
So, varu Poland in Europe. So, what your name? Your good name?
My name is Adrian Radoš. Adrian Radoš.
Adrian Radoš. So, why you came to this Sanatana Dharma? What brings you? Brings you here?
Because first and foremost, I found it that is very scientific way of dealing with life, because it's a methodic path when you, through specific exercises and applying specific ideas and philosophies to life, it really helps you to work it out, just to have beautiful life.
What sort of techniques? And from whom you first listen about this Sanatana Dharma?
You know, it was like a really long chain of events, starting from probably like 7-8 years ago, when I had encounter with one Hindu man who told me to do Nama Japa, you know, and when I started to do Om Sai Ram Jap.
Where in Europe?
It was in Brussels, actually. Brazil. I had encounter with one gentleman, you know, and since then, you know, it's started to grow in me, you know, and I started to bring more and more interest in me to know more about it, because it felt kind of familiar, it felt good, you know, it felt peaceful. You know, peace is something that we often lack in life, you know, we just go from one event to another, you know, and we all, you know, even if we have comfort, sometimes we don't have peace, you know, and peace is something hard to buy, you know, and you know, I found that is really helping me to be happy, you know.
Sorry for asking this question.
No, ask
previously, which religion you belongs to?
I was raised as a Christian. I have very religious parents, you know, and you know, later I discovered that this is a very ancient tradition, you know, that it's probably like Guru Dattatraya's origin of all traditions, you know. So I discovered I will go straight to the source, because I like the way that is being performed here, you know.
Okay, what are the basic differences you observe in these two religions?
So generally, you know, in European Christianity, you can say is a lot of it is based around the martyrdom of Jesus, about the suffering, and you know, it's very beautiful, you know, when you really. You know, I started to understand Christianity way better when I started to look at it from a yogic perspective. You know, when I, for example, read Second Coming of Christ by Paramahansa Yogananda, you know, very famous yogi, you know, he explained Christianity really well. So it helps you to understand Jesus Christ a little bit better than just the way of looking at the do's and don'ts that most of the religions just show you. You know what I mean? Sometimes as a young people, we are not ready to apply certain rules because we are not ready for them. You understand? So in particular in this, let's say, yogic tradition, you know, I found that is a little bit more direct, because it's for me easier to connect, because in let's say Sanatana Dharma, you can find living example of truth in true yogis and true gurus, you know. And in our European Christianity, it's more difficult to relate to a dogmatic priest who's more, you know, who's more fixed on just the rules and regulations, rather than consoling you or connecting to you more directly on a level of personal needs that devotee might be, or challenges might have. You know what I mean? Because often people that represent religion, and this is probably in every country, also in India, is not a real example of religion, true example of religion, because sometimes it's just a function and a particular person is not ready to express truth himself yet to a degree that will be consoling another person. But I found that religion a little bit more alive in India, and also the practical part of religion, let's say, which is not only all the rituals, but the greatest of the rituals that happen within you during the yogic exercises. I found them to be real and working. I am myself living proof that these techniques are working, because I have experienced to some degree the effects, and they give me a lot of beautiful energy. You know, they supply new energy to my intellect. You know, and they give great change to my life.
Sir, did you take initiation from
Yes.
any gurus?
Yes, I took.
From whom?
I took Kriya Yoga initiation into lineage of Paramahansa Hariharananda.
Hariharanandagiri, like
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So you took initiation from YSS, Yoga Satsang Society.
No, because Yoga Satsanga Society was founded by Paramahansa Yogananda ji,
Okay.
and Paramahansa Yogananda ji in our lineage is one of the gurus, but the Sadguru for us is Paramahansa Hariharananda, because now we are under guidance of his direct disciple Paramahansa Pragyanananda ji is our living master at the moment.
Prajnananda.
Yes.
So Swami Prajnananda.
Yes.
I think his ashrama is in Rajahmundry.
Is in
Pune.
Puri, Orissa is our
Puri.
Gurukulam.
Okay. Puri.
Yes.
It's very great to know about this. So in which level you are?
What you really mean by this?
So there are some levels in that Kriya Yoga.
Yes,
So
I'm at the moment I'm practicing second Kriya,
secondary.
but as is said in our tradition, that with the first initiation you can already reach the level of samadhi, because the techniques, if they are applied properly, they are really working. It's not like you need to have 6 kriyas or whatever else to be realized, because the techniques are really working. It's a matter of applying them with real love and devotion and with discipline. Then they will truly show results to everyone. It's just, this is what often lacking,
How many days you are staying in India?
We are staying for 45 days altogether, and most of the time we dedicating to visiting places associated with Lord Dattatreya. We already visited a few of the most prominent ones, and now we will be going to see our Guruji to do Prachi Parikrama in Orissa with him.
How many people you came from that?
We
your
came
college?
2 people.
2 people.
Yes.
You and?
My friend Marek.
So first, when I entered into this room, my eyes are only locked up on your tattoos. What are those? Is there any meaning?
This is like it's coming, most of the inspiration coming from very ancient traditions, that tattooing is assault as humanity. Some even in India there are beautiful tribes like Ram Nami in central India, which tattoo their whole bodies with the name of Lord Ram. So it's a way of decorating your body, and I take my tattoos as a grace of God that allow me to earn sufficient money to focus on my sadhana. I got a lot of time to do whatever I want with my time, and luckily I'm using it in a purposeful way. So I take my tattoos as a grace of God.
So apart from this bhakti yoga and all, what you do for living?
I am artist. I'm tattooing in Poland. We have small tattoo shop, and this is our main profession.
Oh, super.
We are spending all day just doing art and enjoying ourselves and being creative.
We are very impressive, and Atma Namaste. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you for coming to
Thank you
India,
very
and
much.
thank you for following our traditions.
I am thankful that that Bhagavan is so kind that gave us all those opportunities to grow as a human being in life, not only dependent on our tendencies and samskaras, but to be able to a little bit accelerate our personal evolution and
Yes.
wait for nothing, but take a little bit of responsibility in our hands and be able to use time that we've been giving to really get closer to God and enjoy what He got to give us, which is a little beautiful,
సూపర్ సూపర్
That's what
థ్యాంక్ యూ ఆత్మ నమస్తే.
Thank you.
సో ఇప్పుడు ఇంకొక ఆయన ఉన్నారు, జస్ట్ ఆయన ఫ్రెండ్ ఈయన. సో ఈయన అడిగి అసలు ఈయన ఎలాగ వచ్చారు, సో ఇద్దరు కూడా పోలాండ్ నుంచి వచ్చారని అయితే చెప్పారు. ఈయన పేరేంటి, అసలు ఈయన చేతిలో ఉన్నటువంటి ఈ వాయిద్యం నేను ఎలా నేర్చుకున్నారో ఒకసారి తెలుసుకునే ప్రయత్నం చేద్దాం. అబ్బా నమస్తే. సో యూ బోత్ ఆర్ కేమ్ ఫ్రమ్ పోలాండ్.
Exactly, yeah.
వాట్స్ యువర్ నేమ్?
My name is Marek. Marek.
Marek.
Exactly.
Okay, he is Marek. So from whom you take that initiation?
I got initiated in the same lineage. Actually,
Same lineage.
yeah, exactly. I got through it through my friend Adrian. Before I got initiated, I was doing a little bit of sadhana from different traditions, but nothing formal, nothing official. And since maybe about more than half year now, I suppose, I am initiated in the same lineage and doing
From whom you came to know about this Sanatana Dharma or yoga or etc.?
Well, to be honest, my very first contact was through ISKCON, which is very popular in...
From ISKCON.
Yeah, exactly. Like this was my very first contact. I met some devotees, Krishna devotees from ISKCON. They offered me some copy of Bhagavad Gita and showed me the Mahamantra, and they gave me a Japamala to practice the Japa. That was my very first contact. Since then, I was joining their programs every now and then, here and there in different countries, different continents even, enjoying the kirtan, and yeah, that was basically my very first start.
Okay, so what's your goal? What's your aim ultimately?
Ultimately, freedom, so-called,
Freedom from?
Freedom from all the earthly conditioning. Getting closer to the divine, tapping into my spirit more than being just physically and materially present in the world,
So how many years you are practicing this yoga since from?
Well, I mean, my very first contact with ISKCON and Bhajan and doing Japa was about 20 years ago now. But my sadhana was never really sustained, It was never very strong. It was more
day by day it's growing.
Exactly. I just needed some time to get into a daily practice. It was more on and off,
How you both people met? Where
we
you
met through tattooing. So as a tattoo
tattooing.
artist, yeah, exactly. I was guesting a couple of times in the shop that I'm working now full time with Adrian.
Super.
So the main connection was from the tattoo field, but also I immediately knew while coming to the place that it's a very spiritual place, and that the man I'm meeting now is very much connected to spirituality. So that was also to me very important element and very attractive element to it.
So where you learned about this?
Well,
This instrument.
I am learning, but as I go, So I couldn't say I play very well. I play very basic rhythm. Still, to me, it's just a way to participate in chanting, So it's just a method to be able to chant holy names and to play kirtan as much as simple as I can,
Can you play just a simple rhythm for us, just for a moment?
Sure. And with this rhythm, you can get many variations by stopping and adding each side of the rhythm.
Okay. Super. Thank you so much
Thank
for
you very
coming to India. I hope you both will get that Lord Sripada Vallabha's blessings.
Thank you. We feel already very much blessed.
I'm feeling very proud and I'm feeling very happy by seeing both of you.
Thank you very much. Thank you for having
Thank
us.
you,
It's a real
Atmana.
pleasure.
అలాంటి వీరిద్దరూ కూడా పోలాండ్ దేశం నుంచి అయితే రావడం జరిగింది. అంతేకాకుండా మన భారతీయ సంప్రదాయానికి సంబంధించినటువంటి ఈ యొక్క సంగీత పరికరం హార్మోనిక్ కానీ డోలక్ కానీ వీళ్ళు అక్కడ నేర్చుకున్నారు. అంటే ఆయన అయితే వచ్చి యోగదా సత్సంగ సొసైటీ సంబంధించినటువంటి క్రియాయోగాలు ఆయన అయితే ఇనిషియేషన్ తీసుకున్నారు. అదే క్రియాయోగాలు ఈయన కూడా తీసుకున్నారు. అంతేకాకుండా వీళ్ళు శ్రీల ప్రభుపాద గారు ఏర్పాటు చేసినటువంటి అదైతే ఇస్కాన్ ఏదైతే ఉందో ఇస్కాన్ సంస్థ నుంచి కూడా వీళ్ళు ఇన్స్పైర్ అయ్యారు. సో నాకు తెలిసినంత వరకు దాదాపుగా ఒక 20 సంవత్సరాల నుంచి వీళ్ళు సాధన చేస్తూనే ఉన్నారట. ఇప్పటివరకు అసలు ఏ రోజుగా రోజు మాకు సాధనలో ఉన్నటువంటి పరిణితి పెరుగుతుందే తప్ప ఎక్కడొక్కడ మేము డౌన్ అయినటువంటి పరిస్థితులు ఏం లేవు అన్నారు. అంతేకాకుండా అసలు అంటే మీ అల్టిమేట్ ఏం ఏంటి, ఇక్కడ రావడానికి గల కారణం ఏంటి అని అడిగినప్పుడు వాళ్ళు చెప్పినటువంటి సమాధానం నన్ను అయితే ఆశ్చర్యపరిచింది. సో ఫ్రీడమ్ ఫ్రమ్ అంటే దాన్ని ఎలా చెప్పాలి, ఈ భౌతిక భావబంధాలు ఏవైతే ఉన్నాయో వాటి నుంచి, అంతేకాకుండా నా నుంచి నేను ఆ ఫ్రీడమ్ ఏదైతే ఉందో ఆ యొక్క స్వేచ్ఛ కావడానికి మేము ఈ యొక్క సాధన చేస్తున్నామని చెప్పి అలాంటి ఆన్సర్ నాకు తెలిసి నేను ఎక్కడా వినలేదు. సో దీస్ బోత్ గైస్ ఆర్ రియల్ యోగీస్. ఐ థింక్ వీళ్ళు నిజమైనటువంటి యోగులు. అంటే మన సనాతన సాంప్రదాయాన్ని వదిలేసి చాలామంది పాశ్చాత్య పోవడానికి వెళ్ళిపోతున్నారు. కాకపోతే పాశ్చాత్య దేశాల నుంచి ఎక్కడికి వచ్చి సనాతన ధర్మాన్ని నేర్చుకుంటున్నటువంటి వీళ్ళని ఖచ్చితంగా మనం ఎంతకైనా అభినందించి తీరాలి. సో దిస్ ఇస్ సూర్యాకొండి సైనింగ్ అప్.